Hey guys, welcome to I Swear I'm Stitching. Today is February 9th, 2024, and this is Flosstube 86. I'm Sarah. This is a channel about cross stitch mainly, but I also knit and sew, and I actually have knitting to show this week. So that's for once. Yeah. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everyone. Oh, are possums supposed to be out during the day? Oh, sorry. We have some crazy giant possums living in the trees behind our house, and I'm pretty sure I see one, but I thought they were nocturnal. Okay, sorry. That was squirrel, only possum. Okay. Hi. I don't have a lot to show this week because over the past 2 weeks, because if you've been around for a little while, you know my college kid, got me Baldur's Gate 3 for Christmas. I love Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and I'd been putting off getting myself 3, and she got it for me for Christmas, and I tried playing it, and my computer is 11 billion years old and wasn't playing it, so I have to steal my son's laptop, and so I've been playing that, especially when he goes to his grandparents and works at his grandpa's garage, but he's been home the past few days, so I had to give it back, so I got some stuff done. Just not a lot. And this past weekend, I went to see college kid. Excuse me. She goes to Wright State near Dayton, and she wanted me to come see a play with her. So I did. And because it's a 2.5, 3-hour drive, I went there Saturday so we could hang out. I got a hotel, and she stayed in the hotel with me, and we hung out. And then the play was Sunday, and then we hung out, and I went home. But we had time to kill between checkout and the play. So we drove into Dayton. It's like a 13-minute drive. And went to a cat cafe because I'm not a big cat person. But my kid loves cats and loves cat cafes, and I love coffee. So, you know, win-win. So we went there, and I fell in love with this kitty, and I was like, some bitch is mine. But he's a resident. So I'm like, oh. So I texted my husband, like, you're lucky this cat's a resident kitty because he'd be coming home with us. He had 30,000 whiskers. He was cute. And funny enough, husband didn't say anything. That was Sunday in the afternoon. So when I got home Sunday night, there was a kitty who was like meowing at my door and playing with my dog in the backyard. Apparently it had been bugging my husband all day when he was outside doing work, and he said he ignored it, and he told it, I'm not your friend. And I was like, yeah, sure, come on inside, kitty. Because it and my dog were like playing and getting along, and just like Daisy was loving it. When I tried to kick it outside for the night, it whined at the door on the outside, and then Daisy laid in front of the door with her nose in the crack, crying. So I let it back in. And then we went to bed. So basically, I had a cat for 2 days because my husband, being the evil man that he is, in the morning would put the cat out while he's getting ready for work, and then would not let the cat back in when he left for work. First night that worked out okay. The cat, I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, there's no kitty in the house. So I let my dog out to pee, and she went in the backyard and came back with the kitty who had slept in the doghouse that night. So then the next morning my husband did the same thing, and I went to let the dog out, no kitty. So if it's a stray, it found somewhere else to go, or someone else took it in. If it belonged to somebody, it went home. My kid, it was my college kid, who I said loves cats, thoroughly heartbroken. Had named the cat and everything. So yeah, I'll show you. It was cute. It was, like I said, I'm not a huge cat person, but if I was gonna get a cat, this was gonna be the perfect cat because it went outside to pee and poop. I mean, I had it for like 2 days, and it was cuddly, but not demanding. It loved sitting in these chairs. Like my husband said, you could almost tell, you almost felt like you could almost not tell we had a cat in the house. And it was snuggly. Look how snuggly that kitty is. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun having a kitty for like 2 days. But I'm not going to go out and get a cat because I don't want a cat. It just happened to be this cat showed up. And I was like, well, I mean, if I was gonna have a cat, it's like the perfect cat, and it's homeless because we live in town. And I know some people don't do this, but if you have a kitty and you live in town, put a collar on it so that when it gets out or roams free, someone like me isn't like, hey, stray cat, cool. Mine now, it came into my house and it loves my family. My husband was not impressed. I'm trying to find a picture so he could see them with me. I mean, come on. That was like the perfect kitty. I'm trying to find a picture. Like my husband, not impressed. Yeah, so. Okay, so it was very cat-filled 2 days. The actual play my daughter wanted me to come see with her was called the By the Bog of Cats, or just Bog of Cats. I think it's By the Bog of Cats. It's based off a Greek myth, I think, set in Ireland. It was really good. Man, those students are good. Like, when they first started, and I had forgotten it was an Irish play, and they whipped out their Irish accents. I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. But no, they did some really good freaking Irish accents that I could tell I'm not Irish. If I was Irish, I might have been like, oh. But yeah, so I was busy with the cat for a few days. And then busy traveling, playing games, all that to say, not a lot of stitching. I apologize. Oh, I forgot to bring you the present my kid got me. Let me right back. So I have 2 brothers and a sister. An older brother, younger sister, younger brother. My older brother, we're all with more than 5 years of each other. Like, in 5 years, my mom had 4 kids. She would have had 5, but one's an ectopic pregnancy. You don't care. Anyways, so my older brother's wife is an artist. And when my kid went off to college, she drew her a picture of her dog. Daisy's basically my kid's dog. And so then, I don't know if this was before my dog passed, if my kid asked for the picture because she knew her time was coming, or if she asked for it after, but she contacted my sister-in-law and said, hey, can you draw Amber for me? And my sister-in-law did. And that's it. Look, she put little wings under her name. That's my baby girl. That's my Amber. Look at those eyes. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. My dog was red. My beagle was like red and white. It took me, I'm gonna say, about 2 years to realize why they named her Amber. Because I hate that name, and I tried really hard when I was going to adopt her. My kids were little, and I said, I hate the name Amber. This dog's named Amber. She's still pretty young. Maybe we can change her name. And that's what he wanted to name her. And my daughter said Flower Robot, Pretty Flower. And my son said Flower Robot. So we were going to name her Pretty Flower Robot and call her Flo. Something happened at the the shelter, and it took me like 3 weeks to get her. Usually it doesn't take that long when you're adopting a dog from there. And I called almost daily about her. So after 3 weeks of calling about Amber, when we got her, I was like, this dog's Amber. I can't change her name. She responds to Amber. She looks like an Amber. I've been calling her Amber for 3 weeks. So, and then 2 years later, I was like, oh, Amber. Because of the coloring. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But look how good, look at those eyes. She even got like the droopiness, like towards the last, this picture had to be from like 6 months ago, I think, yeah. But because this eye started to get a little droop in it at the bottom. She got the droop. She got the speck on her nose. There. She got these, she had like these 2 crazy eyebrow whiskers. Took all her jungly little chicken thingy. The only thing she didn't get was all the crap that dangles off her collar, which I kind of wish was there, but whatever. It's like her little nose and those ears. It's just, God, my sister-in-law is so talented. I told her she should do this and sell them, like, open an Etsy shop and do commissions. And she said that would kill her creative joy, and I completely understand. Like, I like to make gifts. I like to cross stitch, sew, knit gifts for people. But when it becomes an obligation, it is no fun. And she doesn't want to kill her joy. Oh my God, I hate my neighbors so much. So it is. Oh, so my kid, my baby girl Amber. That's a heavy frame too. Like, she's like a fucking club of something or other with that. Okay, that's basically my haul. You know what? I'm gonna have one haul. I'll talk about it later. Okay, 10 minutes in, and basically I did life first instead of last. I apologize. If you're new, it's not always that way. It's kind of, get the fuck out of your car. Go to the door. I have trashy neighbors, and then I have meth neighbors right next to each other. So it makes for a fun time. The rest of the neighborhood's great. Okay. Anyways, I need more paper towels. Okay. I'm so distracted today, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I did things. I'll show you my whips first. Usually I show my FOs first and then whips, but I'm going to show you whips first because there's literally one. There's two. I did work on my Supernatural Sal from the Witchy Stitcher, but I literally put in 2 lines of black. Not at all worth taking out of the Q-snap and coming to show you guys. I mean, what I'm going to show you now is basically worth showing you guys, but it is going to be shown. Okay, so I worked on... Okay. Worked on Black and Sky by the Primitive Needle. That's what it's going to look like. I thought I finished that block, but then when I took it out of the Q-snap to show you guys, I realized I did not finish that block. I did finally finish the block above it. And for this block, I did not do the eyes because this is like a somber piece, and that just made it look silly. I didn't like it. And I also used a variegated thread because I didn't want just a big chunk of black there. So it's, as of right now, the only place there's a variegated thread, and it's barely variegated. I might do something variegated right there in the tombstone because it's a really bright green in the middle. I might not do that. Okay, so this is on a Nameless Gray Ada 18 count from Bestitch Me. I got it like a Friday night fight night, like I want to say a couple years ago. God, I couldn't hate someone more. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. Anyways, haven't done that in forever. I'm not even sure if she does it anymore, but I absolutely love this Ada. It's a huge piece because I'm the kind of person that doesn't trim the fabric until like I'm done. And well, I think once I outline the third block, I'll finally trim the excess. But so what I did was I finished this block finally. I had this line and this little thingy here to do forever, and I didn't do it. I finally finished that because I'm going to start the block there that I showed you with the tombstone. And I thought I finished this block. When I took out the Q-snap, I realized I never did. There's like an outline of green on the black sun. So I need to go back in there and do that. So it's kind of glad I took out the Q-snap to show you guys so I can rearrange it there. So you can barely tell it's variegated. But I just couldn't imagine just having a giant dark black sun. I don't know what the fuck that is. Giant black blob there. So I did in a variegated, I want to say it's Night Stalker's Calling. It is Night Stalker's Calling Morticia, which I absolutely love. I think it looks great. Just great. And that's it. That's all I did, you guys. I don't know. It's kind of like I said. I was doing things, but my son has his laptop back, so I no longer have a game to distract me. The cat ditched me, so I no longer have a cat to distract me. So I think this weekend I'm going to buckle down and do a lot of stitching. It's kind of edge stitch. I won't be doing much today because my work wife, bestie, love of my life, is coming over after she gets off work to check my dog for ticks, because I hate ticks, and I'm pretty sure there's a tick on my dog's butt, and she will take it off, because again, she is the greatest. Okay, so that was it. Literally, that's my only whips. Now, I do have actually a shockingly large amount of FOs, because shockingly large. I have 5. Technically 5, but they're kind of on the smaller end. And they got done in like 1 or 2 days when I was taking a break from my game. So I will start with this one. I was salling with Amber from Rogue Mama Stitcher. I have, every year I try to send out some little Galentine's Day gifts to some of my favorite people I talk to outside of Flosstube a little more regularly than other people, or I admire them. I just they're people I like. I would hang out with you, and I think that you wouldn't mind hanging out with me. I don't think you would be too annoyed by me. Amber's one of them, because she's a lovely human being inside and out. But last year I sent some Galentines out with some patterns, and one was this one, which I can't remember who it was by, I'm sorry, and I did that last year. And I like these little ones because they're a great way to use up some variegated thread, some specialty thread without, committing a lot. Though I did end up using a lot on one. I'll show you in a minute, because I did on 28 count. But anyways, so this one was, what was this called? Love Tree by, it's in my, I have like 35 of these. I swear to God, there's like 4 on my desk, because I put everything in them, like all my crafty projects. Okay, so this is Tree of Love from the Trilogy, and I used I'm pretty sure it's 32 count random like purple fabric that my friend Stephanie sent in a bundle of scraps, and such a pretty purple. I really liked it, and the colors pop on there. So it called for a bunch of fancy flosses, and I had literally one. It was like brick. It's this color here. And the pattern, it calls to be these like hearts. And in the picture on the cover, they're really bright red. And my brick is not bright red. So I was like, well, that's not going to happen. So I still used the brick, but made it the outline of the tree. And then I just went to my stash and picked some purples and pinks, like Kaylee from Kaylee Tent Stitch from the Sewing Shop Inc. I used her variegated thread. She sent me like this pink. And then I used Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works and DMC. What did I use DMC? Where did I use DMC? I think DMC is just a plain old white. I made my Cupid guy's skin a little darker because I wanted his wing to pop. I didn't want the wing to be roughly the same color. So yeah, just I went through my stash and I looked at the colors that the things were on the picture or the pattern, and picture on the front of the pattern, whatever. I got colors close enough to it and did that. And I joked with Amber that didn't know what I was gonna make. Probably turn into a pillow. I'm gonna turn into a pillow. It's going in my dough bowl. It's gonna be a pillow. I'm hoping to have this done, have these made into their finished products by Valentine's Day. I leave my Valentine's Day crap out to the end of February, so it's no big deal, but look how cute it is. That went up so fast, and it was so cute. And then, for Valentine's Day, I bought, one person I didn't buy a Valentine's themed pattern, and one person I had a pattern I thought they would like a lot, so I gave them that. But then other people I got these, I bought Valentine's Day patterns for us. And I did them, both of them. I didn't think I'd do both of them, but I did. So this one is very tiny because it's from another scrap from my friend Stephanie. And it's 20 count. And I was like, awesome, because I do not like 40 count. I figured out I don't like 40 count. It hurts my eyes. And I thought 20 count looks like it might be easier on my eyes and still get that small, tiny result. And it did. It wasn't bad to work with. I don't think I like quite how small everything. I guess if I was doing a big giant pattern, 40 count might be nice. But it made for an itty bitty end result, obviously. And after a while, I did get kind of sick of looking at this tiny fabric. So it was nice to experiment with. I know now that if I do want to do something tiny, no 40 count, go 20 count Aida. And I also should have picked a darker fabric because my moon gets kind of lost. But this is My Moon Valentine from Bendy Stitchy Designs. It's a 20 count mystery Aida. I use Bestitch Me. This one I decided to use silks. So I use Bestitch Me silk for the moon and the black. Water lilies carry on. The Karen's water lilies for the red. And then for the pink, I decided to try to use some of that rayon sulky that Kaylee sent me a while ago. That was fun to try out. It wasn't so bad. But in person, the moon sticks out, but pops out more. I can see the moon. Holding it up to you guys, he kind of gets a little lost in there. But there he is. And I'll make him into a tiny ass little pillow because I honestly can't think of what else to do with this tiny ass little. Look at him. Look how tiny ass that's gonna be. It's gonna be a tiny ass little pillow for my Gobo because I can't think of what else to make with him. It's super cute, and obviously this went up so fast. I think it was like 37 by 37. It's insanely small and cute. I love the moon. And I love that Stitch Me Space Rock. That gray. Oh, so pretty. And then lastly, last night while I was watching Critical Role, I basically stitched almost this whole thing. This is Love Whirligig from Heart and Hand Needle Art. Whatever. It's a mystery 28 count linen. I don't think this is from Stephanie, but it could be. I don't really know where it came from. It's like this rusticy linen. And I wanted something plain since I did purple and blue for these ones. Something plain, something dark that the white would pop off of. And so, here it is. Look how cute that is. Again, I didn't have any of the call for colors, so I went in my stash and I got what was close. Basically, a light pink, medium pink, and a dark pink. 3 reds, like a dark red, a bright red, and like a softer red, and then like a greeny color, and then the white, which is not really white. Anyways, okay. So you can't tell that these 2 reds are different holding it up. That's bright red. Let's see what I used. I used more thread from Kaylee in the white. It's like an off-white color, so like it variegates between like really white and like a grayish white. Which again, you can't see very well, but I can. And then I used DMC variegated and light pink for that and that. And then variegated like dark red for this heart and these little outsides. And then Gentle Arts, excuse me, in one of their colors that's not labeled. I really hate when they do like specialty colors and then don't give them a friggin' name or a number. That was the, oh, what was that? Was that the green? I think that's the greeny color. I think that was the gas. Yeah, that greeny color. And then Poinsettia is this heart. And like the dark pink in there. And then for Classic Colorworks, I used Brandied Pears for the hand. And then Cherry Cobbler is something, I don't know where it's at. Blushing Beauty and Ribbon Red. I know that that's Ribbon Red. And I believe that one's Cherry Cobbler. Blushing Beauty, I think, is all these little, yeah, the little light pinkies. And Brandied Pears, like I said, is, okay. Anyway, you don't care. There it is. And this one, I'm thinking, I got this to put crap in at the dollar store. I'm thinking, since it's circle, I'll put that in there. I was thinking of painting the outside, but that's definitely more of a green in person, like greeny brown, swampy. It's got dark greens and light greens in it. So I'm thinking I might just, I can't do it. Pop it in there. Do you think with that green that'd be okay? I mean, I'm gonna put it, can't go wrong with pink, green and pink. Those are my wedding colors. My wedding colors are green, but I had to have something colorful for flowers. So my bouquet was white, and then like flowers around were like pink. Anyways, basically my wedding colors, pink and green. So I think that that'll work out fine. I'll pop it in and see. If I don't like it, I can just paint it. Pop it out and paint it. What do you think? It should fit in there nicely. Yeah. And then if I can pop it in and not make it permanent, then I can pop it out and put other crap in it throughout the year. So those are my stitching FOs. And then when I went to see my kid, this is my favorite hat. You see, I've worn it before in videos. Yeah, that jingling is me, by the way. It's a bell necklace my friend gave me. Anyways, this is my favorite hat. Look how big it is. It's a shroom. It's called a shroom hat. I did not block it because I'm lazy and don't want to block, and I liked how it looked unblocked. But it is looking a little rough. It's wool, so I have to hand wash it. I like it because I can put it over my and then do that. Okay, see? That's my shroom hat. That's my favorite hat. It's looking a little rough, and I have to hand wash it, and it's a pain in the butt. So when I went to see my kid, I was like, I'm gonna knit another hat because it's super bulky. And so I knew it was I got it done. We did stuff on Saturday. We came back to the hotel. I started knitting it, and it was done before I went to bed. So here it is. This is Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick in Oatmeal. I wanted another neutral, but I didn't want like a darker, I wanted a lighter neutral. And I like that it has the specs in it. And I used US 10.5 circulars for the brim, then US 15 circulars for the top. Again, I didn't block it, which means if you're new, you block something, like I wet it and stretch it out so that you can see like the holes in it, and then it dries that way, it stays that way. I didn't block it because it'll stretch out and be more noticeable over time, like that. And so this one's tighter because it's brand stinking new. So it takes a little bit to get it over my what do you guys think? Should I wear it like that? So there you go. There's my new hat. I usually wear it like that, close to my eyeballs, because I don't like my giant forehead sticking out. So yeah, so I got that done in a day. And like I said, I like it because I don't have to take my hair clip out. It goes over my hair clip. Shroom by Lee Juvan. It's a free pattern on nitty.com. Super easy, done in a couple hours. I haven't done super bulky in a while, so my hands, I did have to stop actually a few times because my hands were hurting. But once I got back into it, like muscle memory, easy peasy. So, and it took just one skein of Lion Brand Thick and Quick, and like I said, oatmeal. Is that my only other FO? Oh, I made a cat toy for that cat. But it's over there. I'm not going to show it. I haven't thrown out yet. It's just, I took felt and I cut in the shape of a fish, you know, the basic fish. You know, basic fish design, like a goldfish. There you go. I cut that out, and then I stuffed it, and then I attached little, like, thicker yarn at the back and a bell, and made that for it. So I played with that for a little bit. Even Davy played with that. She nibbed on it, but she's not a big nibber. She was like, it was cute. What else? Love tree, shroom hat, cat toy. Oh, I did, because these look awful because it was a real rush job, because I was like, I want something, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to whip this up. Throw it away when the hot season's over, and actually do a better job of making one next year. I'll probably actually take the time to actually do this. But I just got some felt out of my drawer, popped it under my sewing machine, picked a font, and made these. So I've been watching Silence of the Lambs a lot recently. And during the scene when Buffalo Bill is talking to himself and he says, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Like, I'd fuck me so hard. Something like that. By like the third or fourth watch, I was like, this would be cute. I was in bed at the hotel actually when it was on. I was like, this would be cute conversation hearts. So then I came home and I made the most janky conversation heart thingy and I popped it in my dough bowl and it makes me laugh. And if you're offended, I'm sorry. This is who I am. This is what I think is funny. And Silence of the Lambs is like one of the best movies ever. I think Buffalo Bill would appreciate how janky this is. I don't know though. He would have seen stress. He might have been like, what the is this? But like I said, I'll probably throw it away at the end of the season, end of the month, and then next year try to make, now I have felt in my mouth, try to make something like this that actually looks good. Like actually take the time to measure out the hearts and not just free it and then like it's literally just, it's already coming apart. I literally just glued it together. Oh, I'll have to put more glue on it. Like Elmer's glue, I literally just glued it together so I can pop it in my dough bowl. I'll leave that out so I can glue it. Yeah, so that was just a fun little, All right, so that's it. See, I talked about OSU, the cat, my portrait, Saling, the few projects I did. That's it. Plans. Like I said, this weekend, I'm really hoping to get some stitching done. I want to work on my Mira and my Black and Sky. Those are the two I want to work on the most. And then I want to sew, which brings me to my one bit of haul. Okay, my one bit of haul. So I want to make the Moda Love Quilt. It's a free quilt pattern, Moda. And it calls for layer cake, which is 10-inch squares. And I'm an idiot. And I'm like, awesome, I have a layer cake. And then after reading the pattern and getting all excited to actually make the quilt, I was like, oh, I need background fabric. Ugh. I hate picking background fabric. I thought it was just going to be a layer cake project. So I picked out my background fabric. And it's a lot of half squares or triangles. So where you sew down the middle of the triangle. And I really hate marking those. And so I bought So Steady Grid Glider. It's a 4x14 polyester mat, cling back. It's got pre-cut hole for feed dogs from So Steady. Comes in this little tube, fill it off of this, pop it on your sewing machine. And I got it because it has the markings on it. It has the 1/4 inch, which I have a 1/4 inch foot, so I don't think I'll use that very often, but it might be nice to just have another layer of 1/4 measurement going into the sewing machine, whatever. But I got it because it has this line in the middle right here, where if you line your squares up, let's get 2 random squares. You put them, right sides together. Oh, I haven't worked on my EPP quilt either, you guys. That's my Friday project. If I actually follow my own schedule. So today, I should be working on that anyway. So you sew from corner to corner. Obviously, it would line up better. And I didn't want to have to go through and mark all of these groups. So you stick it under your foot, and then you just line up. I hope that works with this being so big. I hope I can see the lines at the end. Oh man, I might have to mark these. Ugh. But it's supposed to so once you start going, you keep the bottom one lined up with the line, and then you can just feed it in and not have to mark. That's what I'm hoping to get done. I'm hoping to make it easier on myself. I usually end up making things not easier on myself. Anyways, so the fabric I'm going to use to make this quilt is some fabric I've been hoarding for a while because I absolutely love it, and this quilt is not for me, so I want to get more of this fabric so I can make something for me. It's Nocturnal by Gingerbeer from Moda. I love this fabric so much, you guys. So it doesn't call for all of the squares either, so I did take a couple out for me. Look at these colors. So we got the black. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got some, does this one have shimmer in it? Echo swore it had some shimmer in it. Well, does it not have shimmer in it? Echo swore it had shimmer in it. Huh. And it's got like, you know, like suns. Look at the cute little owls. I swear to God, I thought this had shimmer in it. Look at those owls. And then constellations. And like animals. These colors. Ah, I absolutely love more owls. Lots of owls. Look at those pretty owls. And then like the animals. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to use. And I decided on my background fabric to use, I believe this is charcoal. Kona charcoal. Nope, I lied. Kona graphite. So like not very light, but not dark. Like this is like the lightest gray in the quilt. In the whatever. So I wanted it to be a different gray to stand out. So now I kind of wish I'd gotten a gray closer to that. Oh well, it'll be great. It'll be great. Let's see. But yeah, so kind of. So yeah, so that's gonna be my background colors. A color. I think it'll be good because I kind of wanted to do white because a majority of the ones I saw online used white as a background. Freaking hate white, you guys. Even though it's not for me, I still don't want to use white. Like I almost always use gray as my neutral on my background for like just about anything. Like almost all my quilts. I used white for a Halloween quilt. It still makes me mad that I did that. I just don't like white. So that's my plans, is to make that quilt eventually. I have a deadline. I want to get that done, my own personal deadline. I want to get that done rather quickly. So this weekend I may start cutting the background fabric into 10-inch squares. I mean, once that's done, it should go really quick. It's 10-inch squares, and you know, not all of them, obviously. Let's see, those aren't cut, and then the background ones here aren't cut. It should go quick, and I really hope that mat helps me, because now that I think about it, I'm not even sure I'll be able to see the lines under my big ass 10-inch squares. It wasn't that expensive. It's okay. I got it on sale, and I can use it for the future. And it's super. It comes off really easy. Like to lift up the you have to move it to change the bobbin. Obviously, that's super easy. It cleans off super easy, and stuff does glide over it. So I may just leave it on, even when I'm like not doing the triangles, because it's not bad. It's not in the way. It actually kind of gets rid of like that little bump on the plate, and my pins want to get stuck on it sometimes, so it smooths that over. So it might actually just work in general, like be nice to have on there in general. So we'll see. And I believe that is it. Looking at my stuff over here. I want to show you real quick the other ginger beer fabric that I got that I've been hoarding. It's oh, this one has the sparkles. It's Dwell in Possibility. So see, it's got butterflies, and that's got the sparkle on it. And I don't know what, look at those colors. Look at those colors. I don't know what I want to make with this. I think I might have found a pattern for it. Oh, for a quilt for me. Like I said, I don't have any quilts for myself. So pretty. I love the color. It's kind of the same color family vibe. See the black, the grays, that blue, that like a mustardy, olivey color, this like coral and the white. They are very similar in color now I think about it. Ooh. But I just love it so much. It's another one I've been hoarding. But that's the thing. You get it. You're like, well, I don't want to use it. It's so pretty. What if I mess up? What if I cut into it and I ruin it and I make an ugly quilt? Just gotta do it. Just gotta buckle down. Do it. Make the quilt. Do it. Okay. That's really it. I already did my plans. I plan to do hopefully the quilt, EPP today. Probably while dinner's cooking at least. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, finding me on Instagram, Eat My Oxygen, and friending me. It's fun. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you come back. I'll be back. Probably again. I used to do every week. But since getting that Baldur's Gate, I've gone to every 2 weeks because I've been playing video games so much and not producing content, like not stitching. But I'm not sure how this week's gonna go. So it'll either be a week or 2 weeks. Either way, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.